you're not making life your beach, then what's the point? How is everyone today? We are, of course, live and we're getting everything set up and going. How is everyone doing today? We are talking about WWE 2K24, the universe mode, my GM, everything you need to know before this game releases. Any questions you have about it, go ahead and throw them down in the chat. If you are watching this on replay, comment down below what questions you have that weren't answered on today's stream, and we will go ahead and make sure they are answered for you. And we will also be on podcast services around the globe, so you have all the information that you need for WWE 2K24. And I'm excited. We are just days away from WWE 2K24. Can you believe that it is already here? We're going to start things off with, we're going to break down mode by mode by mode and go through and see what all is going on with WWE 2K24. And oh man, I'm excited about this. This is absolutely incredible. MyRise, the new trailer dropped today, and we learned some awesome information. So you want to make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on anything. In MyRise this year, there will be 80 unlocks, which that's crazy. You know what that means? That means that we're going to have 80 unlock videos, a complete walkthrough of everything you need to know of how to get everything unlocked. So make sure you're subscribed and you have the notification bells on, because we're going to be pumping out more videos than YouTube is going to send you notifications for. So you want to make sure you keep an eye on the channel for that. But MyRise looks really interesting to me. Let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking about it. Are you excited about it? We have the undisputed and we have the undeniable, undesirable. It's going to be fun. With the women's storyline, it looks like you're almost starting with an ECW knockoff or going through. And we're not going to go through any spoilers, because I have watched over 14 hours of video of all of this stuff so that you don't have to, and we can sit here and break it all down for you. I think it's great, because with all the unlocks and everything going on, it's going to keep the longevity of the game going. But with the female version, you'll go through your indie scene and make it up to the top and see what you can do there. And then for the male MyRise, it looks really cool, because what we're able to do is the gist of the story is Roman Reigns went Hollywood rock and he left, and now we need a new champion. And you will go through your battles, building your way up to the championship. And can you stop Roman Reigns? Because he doesn't look like he's very happy about that you becoming champion or in it. And there's going to be some obstacles along the way. Also with MyRise, for the first time ever, what they're doing is the unique characters will be unlocked for MyFaction, and we'll get to some MyFaction stuff in a little bit. But the fact that MyFaction is going to have unlockables in MyRise is kind of neat. It's what I see them doing is they're going to force you to play MyFaction whether you want to or not, if you want to get everything this game has to offer. Hopefully it won't be as grindy as it has been in years past, but I don't think it is. They're setting this up for a nice round experience for all of WWE 2K24. There's so much to it. But let me know what your thoughts are on MyRise. What are you going to play first? Are you going to play the male division? Are you going to play the female division? Are you going to skip MyRise completely? I'm excited for it. I think it'll be a fun story to go through. Since your dialogue changes your outcome and your cutscenes, it looks like we might be able to get multiple playthroughs in the MyRise for WWE 2K24 that we didn't have in 23. I did not enjoy the grindiness of the 23 MyRise. It looks like 24's MyRise is going to be so much different. See you guys coming into the chat. Hey Mike, how's it going today? Keeping us locked down with the channel memberships. And if you are not a member of the channel, consider becoming a member of the channel, because as we do all of these videos, you will get to see those videos first as members before they go live. And there's going to be a ton of video. Alex, how's it going? You doing all right today? Viper, I see you there. You're doing great. How are you, man? I'm excited. Are you excited about 2K24? Because it looks like we are getting everything that we could ever ask for in this game. But that's MyRise. I don't want to do a whole lot of spoilers. There's a lot we could talk about, but I just want to sit and enjoy the storyline, and I'm sure you guys do too. So we're not going to dive deep into the main story of it, but the unlockables for it look absolutely amazing, and it looks a little bit better put together. The systems, though, the systems are the same. If you're new to the game and you've never played it before, you're going to have a great time with it. If you played 22 and 23, the MyRise systems are exactly the same for you. So it is a brand new story, but it's still, you're going to go through to the back, talk to this guy, use your cell phone to get into conversations. Everything, the way it worked in 23 is going to be the exact same way that it worked for 24, just with a new story. But at least this story looks more interesting to me. I'm more engaged in it than I was in 23. And hopefully we don't have to spend all of our time in the airport, because that was one of the big things that drove me crazy in 23. I hope we get different locations that we can go. Let's see. Can we ask questions about universe mode? Absolutely, man. Go ahead and fire them up in the chat as we're getting more people into the chat. If you could leave a question mark at the end, if you have a question you want me to answer on this stream, it just makes it easier for me so I don't miss out on your question. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It sends it out so more people can see it. Fire Spark, I see you in the chat. Welcome to the stream. We are talking everything about WWE 2K24, so you know everything you need to know before the game comes out, because we're just days away. And I'm so excited. Like, I want to jump through the roof and, and throw my hat and everything, because this is the first game in a long time that I'm really excited for every mode. The new matches, everything in it looks absolutely awesome. So we'll table MyRise for a little bit, and we will move on to general manager mode. So general manager mode is, I've noticed when covering like 23, is it was hit and miss. This community was divided on general manager mode when I've been answering your comments and stuff, was that half of you liked it, half of you didn't like it. Comment down below or in the chat. Are you a GM mode fan? Did you enjoy it last year? Because I spent more time in general manager mode than I did in any other mode last year, because I liked it. And this year looks way better. Of course, we're going to get new GMs. We're going to go the pros and the cons with it. So if you enjoyed general manager mode last year, there is more stuff for you. And if you didn't enjoy general manager mode last year, then there's stuff that you might be interested in, because they've made it easier and they've made it better. So we're going to have to take our strategies and everything we used in 23's GM mode and throw it out the window and start from scratch, because they've overhauled the system completely. And I think that's absolutely awesome. We still have the cruiser and fight cruiser, fight giant. That's the biggest mainstay that people hated. Well, we can turn those on and off. And if you were playing 23's general manager mode, I do have guides on the channel that will show you how to maneuver without using giant versus cruiser. But this year they did it for us, is where you can change classes on the fly once you get to a level. Because the second thing they added was a level of leveling up your superstars. Once they get to level 15, you can change their class and move them to what you need them to be. Or you can turn the class system off completely, which is absolutely awesome, because that was such a downfall last year. I hated to have a giant versus a cruiser or striker or anything. What was it? Striker, powerhouse. I hated it. I just wanted Roman Reigns to fight Karrion Kross for the title and get a good match rating. But we couldn't, because they weren't the same class, and that drove me crazy. So this is now, the class system is still there, but it is just a piece of what your match rating goes to. It's not the entire be all end all of the match rating. The second thing they did is adding where you can level up your superstars, which is just so nice because you can take, let's say, Xavier Woods. We can take Xavier Woods and he starts out at 72. We can rank him all the way up to 99, build him into the superstar that you wanted him to do. And then that stays for the life of your save file. So if once you start a save, everything you do to add that superstar up is good for that save file. If you start a new general manager save, you're starting back at the bottom, but you can take a different path now to get there. So it is multiple playthroughs of general manager mode. You can have that one superstar do multiple things, which I think is absolutely awesome. Another thing that you can do with it is trades. Now, this comes with a pro and a con. In SmackDown versus Raw 2006, 2007, 2008, we had trades. Trades weren't in 22 and 23, but they do make their return, but there is a catch. Last year added the perk card system where at the end of every pay-per-view, there was a perk card that you could pick, and some of them worked for the whole season, some of them worked for weeks. This year, this is how trades is going to work. You can't willy-nilly trade anytime you want to, which I'm kind of disappointed in, but I understand the point to balance the mode out. So at the end of each pay-per-view, you will be able to go in and set trades. The general managers that are in your game will go ahead and offer you trades, and then you can go ahead and offer back trades to them. They have a meter. If you played any other sports game ever, it's set up like this. If you played Madden, basketball, hockey, baseball, there's a meter that goes, oh, this is a good trade, this is a bad trade. If you get that meter too high by offering them bad trades, if you're trying to trade Gigi Dolan for Roman Reigns, it's not going to work, and you're going to make that general manager mad, and then they won't trade with you anymore. So that cuts the trade off. So you have to be very strategic when you do it. Unlike other sports games where it's 2 to 3 players that you can trade, in this you can trade up to 5 superstars and cash consideration. So almost out of baseball mode, where you can go in and trade your stars and your cash, and they'll offer you, it's like, hey, we'll pay this much and give you this superstar for this guy. So it really is going to balance out how things go. And I'm really excited about that. So there will go ahead and be way more that you can do in this year's general manager mode. And that's just some of it. We'll get to more in a second. Let me check and see if I missed any of your questions. Let's see. We're going to get run-ins. Now, I did see the option for run-ins. I haven't actually seen a cutscene for run-ins, but yes, I did see that. But the general manager interference is still there, but it was simulated last year, so you didn't actually get to see it. Run-ins was also simulated, but I saw the run-in feature in one of the videos that I saw, but there's no cutscene for it like there was in last year's game. So we got trades. So it's a win and a loss because you can't trade whenever, but you can trade at the end of each pay-per-view. I think it'll be nice that they do that. We got the superstars being able to level up. We have new talent scouts that you're able to search for who you're looking for. It's a random pool again this year of which superstars will be available, but now you can search it down, and I think that will make it a lot better for if I do need a powerhouse or if I need a female superstar. One of mine got hurt. Now I can just search for one instead of having to hope that one's available and I have the funds for. So I think that is really interesting. What do you guys think about the general manager mode? I'm excited for it. Let's see here. What do you got for me, Mike? What do you think about the roster this year? I love the roster this year. I think it's awesome. I think there was big surprises. The season pass actually excites me. I think this is one of the best season passes that we've had in this year's game. I mean, we got Punk, we got him, we got Punk, we got Jade. The roster is the first one in a long time that is the most up to date it's ever been. If you've played older games, you know that the roster is usually 6 months out of date because it takes them so long. But when I was going through that roster list, tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. I think that the only two that I didn't see in the on the roster was Naomi and Andrade, and they just showed up at the Rumble. Other than that, 99% of the roster that we're watching on TV for Raw and SmackDown are in this year's game. I might be missing someone, so you have to comment down below. But when I was looking, all I saw was Andrade and Naomi were the only two that was not on the roster. So I'm very excited about that. Let's see what we got. Michael, how are you doing today, sir? Did you hear somewhere that wrestlers in MyRise will be unlocked in other modes? Yes, they will be unlocked in the other modes. We don't know if all of them will be or not. We did see in the general manager mode footage that Chosen is in the MyRise storyline. He was big in 2K23 storyline. So Chosen is back. He is available in general manager mode. So I don't know if he'll be available for exhibition. We haven't seen that yet, but his MyRise card will be available in MyFaction. So I think they're going to mix it up a little bit with who's everywhere. I'd like to say that everyone's available across the board, but we won't actually know until we unlock that because there isn't enough information there to say yes or no. But I do know that Chosen will have a MyFaction card and he will be in general manager mode. We'll find out if he's available in exhibition as well and universe. I hope that they go ahead and knock it out and lock everybody up against the board. Just unlock them. Let's, use everyone that we can. And so that's what I hope happens. But if you remember in 23 last year, there was 77 superstars that were locked to general manager only. Even though these were 2K's created creations, a lot of them had their own storylines, their own unique look, their entrances. They were completely locked to general manager mode. 77. So I would really hope that they would move all those wrestlers over because they're back this year. We've seen in cutscenes and seen in MyRise video and the general manager footage. We've seen that they're back in the game, the same guys. So I would like to see them unlocked for exhibition in universe mode as well. But we'll have to wait and see until we get there. Which theme did Sherry get? I don't know. I'm excited to see screenshots for this. I would imagine it would be her 94 to 96 theme because that's where they pulled Lex Express from. It looks like they pulled several wrestlers from that era from 94 to 96. So whatever theme she was using then is my guess of what I think theme that she will have. Let's see what we. So yeah, I'm excited. Oh, Kiana James. I forgot about her. Maybe Kiana James will be in later as a free superstar. And a couple of Brian Williams interviews, he said they are going to do a couple things this year like they have in the last couple of years where we will get a free superstars. Does that mean we'll get 5? Does that mean we'll get 2? Can put a number on it, but we know we will get a couple of free superstars this year as the DLC packs drop. I am also excited that it seems crazy that last year we had the DLC packs done by, what was it? August was when we got the last DLC pack that had Bray. We're going all the way out to Black Friday of having the DLC going. That's nuts to me that the game is going to last all the way until November. And I'm excited about it because it cuts the longevity of the game. And not only it's sad we have to wait for some of those superstars, but it's also really good because that means that by them going out till November, they're going to continue to update the game as we go. So we won't just be cut off in June or July and no more updates for the game. They're going to have to continually update it all the way through November, which will add playtime longer. How many of you in here stopped playing the game after like August and September? You were just done with it, ready for 24 to come out. This year, I think they're trying to curb that off and make sure that we have something to play all through the year. And with them adding MyFaction and everything, I think it will be better for the updates, that we will have plenty of stuff to play. And I'm really excited to see all the new content that we get as the year goes on. Hopefully they do it right and they flesh it out and we get new content every couple weeks. Yes, Bray Wyatt is in the game. The Eater of the Worlds Bray. So his original NXT attire is what I call it. It's the straw hat and the Hawaiian shirt. That version of Bray is in the game. His debut attire where he had the rocking chair. Also, the Fiend is in the game, of course, and then the knockoff. What is it? The Eater or the workout Bray. There's like 5 different versions of Bray in this game. So I haven't seen a model for when he was with Matt Hardy, that version of Bray, but his stuff for that version is in Creation Suite. So you can go ahead and make him that version if he's not an unlockable character of that one. So I'm excited. Let's see what we got. I got a question about MyFaction. Give us free MyFaction characters. What MyFaction models would you like to see? My picks are Big Papa Pump, Hollywood Rock, Rocky Maivia. Wow, I haven't thought about that one in a while. And DX. I hope we get the DX music in this year, because doing the workaround, it worked to create DX, but I just want the proper DX song in the game so I don't have to jump through 18 hoops to get it. What I would like to see is the one model that is driving me crazy that I've seen is Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross has gone through 4 evolutions since the 23 came out and is the exact same model from 23. So with them doing the updates, I hope they update Karrion Kross. They did it with Asuka last year. Gave her the face paint and gave us that one in MyFaction, but we couldn't use it. So since we are going to be able to use some superstars from MyFaction, my big hope is that we get Karrion Kross's update and he goes through and we can unlock that and use that in the regular modes. There'd be others I'd like to see. I'd also like to see 98 Kane. It's like what he hasn't been in a while. So I'd like to see him add that version of Kane, and I'd like to see him add Karrion Kross. And those are the 2 off the top of my head that I'm like, ooh, I want those versions. But I hope that those are the 2 that I really want updated. The rest of them look pretty good. They're not terribly out of date. But Karrion Kross just stands out, and so does a couple of the others. They're just like, okay, they were last year's models, completely different gimmicks. Let's go ahead and give us the current product. I'd love, if we're fantasy creating here, I'd love for him to patch in AOP and give us the Authors of Pain in at some point. But just give me the updated Karrion Kross. You've had enough time that hopefully he'll be a MyFaction edit. And I'm really surprised that the Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner's not in the game. I thought he would just be moved over from the MyFaction character because they already got the model. So maybe they're holding out something special for us, and that will be one of the surprise unlocks that we get. The big question. I've had this one a lot, and I'll go ahead and answer this one for you, Mike, and for everybody. Can we carry over clause from 2K23 to 2K24? And the sad answer is no. None of our save files, nothing moves over. Brian Williams has stated in several interviews that the reason why is it's on different technology. Doesn't look like it to me, brother. It looks like the exact same technology, so I don't understand. Like, I guess under the hood is that much difference that what we see on top looks the same, but it runs different. So it would be great if we could have this feature where we could move save files over. Baseball, if you play MLB The Show, did this for 20 years back even on the PlayStation 3, is you could move your save file over. Unfortunately, 2K24 is not there, so everyone is starting from scratch. So if you're looking for those superstars, you're going to have to wait for Icons of the Ring to make the older tires and remake the old superstars they made last year to put them back in, or any of your favorite creators, all starting from scratch. So I hate that feature. Hopefully the 24 to 25 we can move over, but we've been asking for that forever, I think, in these wrestling games, because it takes so much time to create stuff that it's crazy that we have to keep making the same stuff every year. So hopefully they'll fix it, but not right now. Let's see. All right, so we talked about this. We talked about my general manager mode. So MyFaction is one that we're still waiting on confirmation on. And so as soon as they drop the MyFaction, I will make a full proper video on it. Right now we're speculating on some of it, and we only have a little tidbits of information, but I want to go over it with you. So for the MyRise characters, there will be specific characters in MyRise that you will unlock, and they will have unlockable MyFaction cards that will work in MyFaction. In the pre-screens that we saw, there are several superstars. I think I counted 5 that are on the pre-screen to be unlocked if you play MyFaction, that will move over to exhibition. They still have not confirmed whether it's 100% everything moves from MyFaction over to the main game, or if it's only pick and choose. My fear is that it's pick and choose, that if they unlock, let's see, 98 Kane and 2001 Kane, you unlock those in MyFaction, you'll only be able to move over 98 Kane, or the other one will still be locked behind MyFaction. I hope that's not the case. I want it to be 100% across the board, but so far we haven't got anything yet. And like I said, as soon as they do, as soon as we find out all the information, I'll have a video on it. So make sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss out, because I'll drop it as soon as they drop their information. But I think they're going to make us want to play MyFaction more, which is scary. So I just hope that the modes are better. They did add online leaderboards this year to it. So, and they're going to drop packs every week instead of once a month. So with them doing that, not only is it going to add more MyFaction stuff in, they're going to be constantly patching the game every couple weeks. So with them patching it, hopefully we'll get any bugs or anything out of it that, you know, is lingering, because last year there were several things that they patched in. Hopefully this year they will go ahead and make it a lot easier. All right, let's see. I missed some comments here. Let me go back up. Give me a second just to read these. What can I answer right now? Let's see. Let's see this one. Can you confirm Roman has an updated entrance if he comes out with Paul Heyman by himself and without his championship? Now, I've only seen Roman has his old championship entrance from 3 years ago, from 2K20, when he has the title over his shoulder. I've seen that entrance. I haven't seen anything that shows to confirm that he does have a new entrance. The Bloodline does have a new entrance. They have the new entrance with Solo instead of Jay in there. I would assume that the old motion with Jay is still in there as well, but we're going to have to wait till we get our hands on it to actually look through from a lot. But the Bloodline trio entrance and stuff's there. For Roman, his championship victory from 2K20 is there as well. So it looks like they've updated parts of it. It looks better with the camera angles, but I haven't actually seen a brand new Bray entrance. And a lot of entrances haven't been brand new this year. If you played a lot of 23, most of the superstars was carried over. Drew McIntyre wasn't even touched. He hasn't been touched in 2 years feel bad for the guy, because in 22 and 23, it's the same entrance motion and the same Tron, same camera angles, everything. So hopefully some more superstars will get updated as we go, but nothing as of yet. Well, we got here. To be honest, they shouldn't be taking this long dropping information about everything. Should have already been dropped, and information everybody needs to know. I agree with you. I hate that they wait till the last week to put everything out, but it does look good. If you look at 2K as a company, think about this. You have your early sale of pre-orders and, oh, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that. And then come Monday night, 1 week before the game, they drop the season pass and prove that CM Punk's in the game because so many people wanted him. So anybody that was on the fence about it because of whether they wanted Punk in or Jade, then Tuesday, this whole week has been a surge. They've gone through the roof in pre-orders to make sure that everyone that can get CM Punk. So it's a great business strategy. It's horrible for us as fans that will play the game. And it sucks for me. It really does, because I got to come up with all this information for you guys. And I love doing it to make sure you know everything about the game. I got to do all the research. And they're drip feeding us so much research that there's 100 videos that I want to make for you guys to enjoy and breaking down everything. But they're taking so long to send the information out that it's just, I wish they would change it. Most other games, you know, a month out what you're getting. And we're coming up to 4 days now until the game comes out for early release. And there's still more questions than there is answers about this year's game. And I think that's absolutely crazy. Let's see. How good is the game? The game it looks amazing. It looks absolutely crazy. We will find out Tuesday if you got the early release, and of course Friday if you didn't. Think about this. When we go live next Thursday and we're sitting here, we're actually going to be playing the game. It's crazy that 24 is already around the corner, that next week's stream will actually be playing the game. I'm still in shock that it's like, how did we get here this fast? It seems like it's taking so long, and at the same time, it's going by so fast. But we're actually going to be playing some special guest referee matches and ambulance matches and gauntlet matches. Like, oh, I am so excited to get my hands on this game. Does Shawn Michaels 2009 have his beard? I have not seen anything with his beard yet. I hope that he does. I hope that we will be able to use more Shawn Michaels, because the last 2 years I've done a video on the best Shawn Michaels to download in the game for 22 and 23. I hope that we don't have to this year. I really do. I hope that there's enough models that everyone is excited. We'll still, throw them together, because it's become a staple on this thing is where's Shawn Michaels. So this year they finally did him justice. 22 and 23, it's been the same models, and you'd have to go download. This year it looks like we're getting 4 different Shawn Michaels, and of course there is MyFaction to add stuff as well. Let's see, did I miss? Go back up here. Yes, they did talk about that. Okay, talked about that. When do the games come out early? If you pre-ordered it and you got the deluxe edition or the 40 years of WrestleMania edition, you will be able to play the game Tuesday. If you bought the standard edition, you will get to play the game Friday. So if you want the 3 days early access, get the WrestleMania or deluxe edition. If you have the standard edition, it will be Friday when you will get to play it. If you are on the fence about which one to get, I do have a full video on the channel that breaks down every version of the game, what you're getting, why you're getting, how you're getting, what should you be getting. It's there for you, and it breaks it down for you. So you'll know why I'm spending my hard-earned money on this version of the game. So I'm excited for it. I cannot wait. So it's going to be absolutely amazing. What is the first matches you're going to do? I see Devin, you typed in first. Go ahead and put down in the chat, what's the first thing that you guys are going to play? First thing I'm going to play is Showcase Casket Match, then MyRise, then MyFaction. See what we can unlock. Well, of course, we're going to have finally a lot of unlocks. And we'll finally have unlock videos. I love making the unlock videos. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out, because we will have a complete detailed walkthrough on anything and everything unlockable, where to get, how to get, why to get, and the fastest way possible, because this game, you don't want to grind it for 2,000 hours. You want everything in 10 minutes. So we'll make sure that we can get all of those unlocks for you. There will be over 80 unlocks in the game. The first thing I'm going to do is the first match is always, well, 90% of the time, depending on how the unlocks go, but it's always Stone Cold versus Triple H. I've been doing that since SmackDown 1. That's how I started. There's been a couple years where Stone Cold was locked at the beginning, so I would have to do Triple H and The Undertaker. So those were my first couple matches. Get in, get my wrestling legs under me. The control scheme is the same from 23, but in 24, there is way more stuff to do. So I want to get in there and get that match going, see how everything plays out, make sure everything's working all right. And then you got to jump into what? Showcase? You got to jump into the showcase mode and see what they did. There is 17 of the 21 matches, or 18 of the 21 matches confirmed. I'm excited to see what the other 3 matches are and exactly how they laid it out. After I do the showcase mode, then, not that I'm the hugest fan of it, but I'm going to jump into MyFaction just to get the ball rolling, to see what the challenges are, look that around a little bit. And then we got to create the BeachBytes Arena and put it up for everyone to use that wants to use the BeachBytes Arena. So that will be my third step that I go through, put it up, and then it'll be up on Community Creations, because we'll do all of our videos when we're doing gameplay videos and stuff will be in the BeachBytes Arena this year. And it looks like the Create Arena has been upgraded a little bit from what I've seen. Not a lot of people put out information on it, which scares me, because I feel like it's going to be copy and paste, maybe a few more things here and there. I just want it to work right. Where the turnbuckle pads didn't work when the game first came out for 24, or for 23. But now I've seen in videos that the turnbuckle pads do work. So that gives me hope that at the very least, it should be workable. So that's what I'm going to do, spend my first little bit of time on, and then it's diving right into the unlocks and getting every video out for you that we can about the unlocks, and tutorial guides on how to play all the modes, so that there will be no question unturned. If you have a question about 24, the goal is come to this channel and that question will be answered for you, so you can just get to and do what we all want to do, and that's just play the grappling game and just sit and enjoy it. I'm excited for throwable weapons too. I can't wait to throw water bottles. I think that looks fun. It's silly, I know, but it looks cool that we can actually throw weapons. So I'm excited to throw some water bottles everywhere. Let's see. I don't know where to start. I like all of the options. So many options, I don't know what to do. I don't know. There's so much stuff. Now, let's see. How hopefully managers work this year. I got to learn to read. That's what I got to learn to do. So hopefully managers work this year. Now, the managers worked in 23. If you played from the beginning of 23, you remember that if you click on like Roman Reigns and you click add manager, it would automatically add Paul Heyman. Or if you clicked on Karrion Kross, it would automatically add Scarlett. They patched that out because they couldn't get it working. Well, in all the early build footage that we've seen, that option is back. So you will be able to just click on Karrion and it automatically selects Scarlett for you. You don't have to scroll through the list. Hopefully it stays this year and they don't patch it out again, because I hated doing that. I love that the game was intuitive. That was one of the cool things about it, is it knew who you were picking. So I hope that we will go ahead and keep that going on, and we will have more and more options as the year goes on. And I think we will, because they're adding Jimmy Hart is coming in DLC as a manager. So they're adding more managers to the game as we go. So I think they saw the error of their way and got it fixed in 24. But that's my hope. The Fiend and all it is. Yes, the Fiend is in Showcase. You have to play through Showcase to unlock him. He will be unlocked or be locked at the start of the game. You will have to play the Firefly Funhouse with John Cena to unlock him and all of his attires that come with it. We'll have to wait and see what the objectives are to unlock it. I can't wait to see how they pulled off the Firefly Funhouse. I went back and looked at it recently, trying to find Easter eggs. And I'm really excited that match more than any of them, because we know the other WrestleMania matches are, if you've seen Hogan and or Savage, or you've seen Savage and Steamboat, then you know how those matches go. But there's so many locations with the Firefly Funhouse. I'm really excited to see how they actually pull this off. Let's see. Do I think MyRise characters will be unlockable? I do. I think part of them will. We still don't know which ones won't be and will be, but I would like to hope that all of them are unlockable. We do know Chosen is my example, because that's the one I've seen footage on. Chosen is in general manager mode. He is in MyFaction mode. He is in MyRise. We have yet to see a screenshot or anything of him in exhibition, but we know that is a wrestler that is moving over to other match types. Let's see. I want to know if we still get the Cody Rhodes family pack with the 40 years of WrestleMania edition. Yes, if you bought the 40 years of WrestleMania edition, congratulations to everyone that did that, because you bought everything that the game has to offer. The family pack is a pre-order bonus, so therefore by pre-ordering it, you get all of it. You buy the 40 years, you get it. If you did not pre-order and you're still wanting the Cody Rhodes edition, it will be available 90 days after release. So around the time the first DLC drops, you will be able to pick up the Nightmare Family Pack as a standalone. They haven't released the price yet, but the last 2 years, when they released the Undertaker pack in 22 and in 23, for Bad Bunny, it was $9.99. Just like the network used to be. So you can assume that it should be between $9.99 and $12.99. That's US, and usually what they put their DLC packs at. So if you missed out on the pre-order, if you're waiting a couple weeks to pick up the game, 90 days after release, you can still get the Nightmare Family Pack. If you bought the standard edition, you can go ahead and buy the season pass afterwards if you didn't get it with the deluxe or the WrestleMania edition. Let's see. Any word on rival reactions in universe mode? Still override the match type and set up something generic one-on-one. Okay, so the rival reactions have been updated. You can change the third party a little bit. So like if you were having this match, you can now pick who you're fighting and who interferes. It was completely random last year. So that is a new feature, is like if you're using Jimmy and you're fighting Gunther, and then it's a rival reaction, you can actually, and where Jimmy interferes, you can actually have Jay be the one fighting, or insert whoever you want. Whereas last year it just randomly threw in like R-Truth to fight or whatever. You can keep it that option, but this year you can go ahead and add who you want in, which will flesh out the storyline a little bit better. So I'm excited about that feature. I think that's really cool. But as far as the rival reactions go, for universe mode, it is still the 4 rivalries per show, and it is still 1-on-1 and 2-on-2 rival reactions. If you enjoyed rival reactions last year in 23, good news, it's the same. They have added more, but not a boatload more. They've added 20. And if you hated rival reactions, I apologize for the inconvenience 2K has caused you, because it is going to be the same rival reactions as it was for the 23 universe mode. So we will get deep dived on Universe in a minute because that's the big mode that everyone is excited for. Let's see. In GM mode, does they have the big gold belt? I don't think so. I haven't seen them belt yet. I've looked and looked, and no one has put up WCW stuff. Last year, it was the 91 to 93 title. I would assume that it would be the same. I would like the big gold belt, but I figured they didn't touch that. Also, and one thing I forgot to mention in general manager mode is that if you are using ECW, which is a new brand this year, it does not have a women's championship, unlike the other shows. So since the women's championship didn't exist in WCW or ECW, they kept it, straight with it. So it will actually hurt you if you draft women's wrestlers. There is a counter to that, though, is that the title matches in ECW give you more points than other title matches in other brands. So they get a boost on those titles to balance out the fact that there's not a women's division in ECW. I think it's a weird choice, but I like, on one hand, I don't like it. And then on the other hand, because of authenticity of ECW, I kind of like it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Will that matter whether you are going to pick ECW this year or not? I think I'm going to run with SmackDown mostly, just because the blue light of the SmackDown doesn't bother me as bad. I tried NXT last year, and that yellow was so bright it jacked with my eyes. So I wasn't a big fan about that. Let's see. Another question: with the DLC Supercharger, will it be available after you buy the standard edition? Yes, it will be. It'll be a standalone, though. So if you buy the season pass, you get the Supercharger. If you don't buy the season pass and you're just picking up individual, like you just want DLC pack 1 or the Supercharger, you can pay $5 for the Supercharger for your MyRise character afterwards. If you want unlocks, it's very different this year the way unlocks work. You get the unlock all in deluxe, but it's a different unlock than you get in the 40 years of WrestleMania. So make sure you go check out my video on that, because I break it down for you exactly which you're getting in the deluxe and in the WrestleMania edition. And they're completely different sets of stuff. But all of the stuff that they're putting into the game is going to be able to be bought individually for you. So if you want to add the Supercharger and you only want DLC pack 3, you can do that. You can mix and match and go out along the way as stuff releases. But on day 1 of release, which they will have everything available for a standalone purchase for you if you just want 1 or 2 of the things instead of all the things. Let's see. Are show intros still gone? Yes, they are. They are not in this year's game. For universe mode, there is no show intros. They took it out. It wasn't in 23. It will not be making a return in 24. I was really hoping that it would be back since they're adding so much stuff, but there are no show intros, and of course, there are no promos. Let's see. Wait, what? I got to read that question twice. They pick and choose the way they want to be realistic. No one hops around the ring like a rabbit. What about Bad Bunny? Does Bad Bunny count as a rabbit? Because, I mean, he kind of hops around the ring. I'm not sure. There. Okay, just to clarify what I'm asking, I meant if you set up a 1 versus 1 TLC match, but also set a rivalry action for that match, will the system change it to a 1-on-1 normal match like 23? It is not supposed to. We're going to have to wait until we get it in our hands to see exactly, but the way they're saying is that that has been fixed this year for rivalry action. So, and the sliders have changed a little bit with MyFaction. So if you are able to, it should work the way you said it. Now, again, to do both sides, they said this in 23 and it obviously didn't work. And then they addressed it later, like, okay, well, we'll fix it. And they never patched it. But for the information they're putting out for us right now for 24, that option is there for you. It should not default to one-on-one matches anymore, but we're going to have to wait and see. Let's see what else. So gameplay is like 23 a lot, just with new options. And let's see. I was really hoping Create a Story was returned. Yes, I was too. I think that we're going to have to wait till 25 or 26. Any news on MyFaction? We are still waiting for the official MyFaction stuff. What we do know is that some wrestlers will be unlocked from MyRise, and you will get MyFaction cards for them. And we also know that some MyFaction cards will be unlocked to send to Exhibition. And we also know that they will be available in General Manager and Universe. Some superstars. They have not give us a number on whether it's everything. Like we're getting everything that's in MyFaction. We moved over to other modes, or only 50% of stuff in MyFaction will be moved over to other modes. I hope it's everything. I'm concerned that it's 50% because they're waiting till the last day before release to give us MyFaction content. But make sure you're subscribed, because as soon as we get all of our information on MyFaction, we will throw a video out breaking down the entire thing for MyFaction this year. I hope it's better. I really do. And I want everything that if I'm going to spend money, which I'm not, but if I was to spend money on packs, I want that to be unlocked in all my modes, not just in MyFaction mode, that once they kill the server, it's gone. Do we get injury animations? We had some in 23. I hope we get more. I haven't seen any yet, but I really hope that we get better injury, like back in the old days where they bring the card out and wheel you. What was it? They carry him backstage, like two guys holding his arms up, and they carried him backstage. That was the only one we got. I want the old where they'd wheel the ambulance out and put him on the gurney and stuff. I want that one to come back in. All right, guys. While you're hitting your questions, I'm getting them for you. Can you hit that like button for me? Just sends it out so more people can see it. I thank every one of you for joining me today. It's awesome just getting to sit here and talk wrestling. I hope they fix the match table issue. Icon moves when adding more matches within the match. Yes, I do too. I hope they fix it. Let's see. Do you think universe mode will work out of the box, or will we have zero everything out as you suggested in previous videos? We will find out together. My stinking suspicion here is that it's not going to work 100% the way they're saying it's going to work. I guarantee you that. It's definitely not going to be 100% worked. Will we have to do as many workarounds? I don't know, but I'm very excited to get into it, and there will be a how to fix your universe mode for WWE 2K24 on the channel as soon as we find those answers out. That'll be one of the first things that I do, is blow that mode up after I play my Triple H versus Stone Cold match, of course. Got to get that one out of the way. But then after I do that, then it's going to be, how do we blow up universe mode? How do we fix it? And I hope to have that video out by the time the game releases on Friday. That is the plan. That way, everyone that's getting it can go ahead and fix it. Hopefully, there's not as many steps. So we're going to have to wait and see. I think there'll be a little tweaking. A lot of the stuff I've seen, it looks like it runs better. So we may not have to zero everything out. But I think there will still be a little bit of work to do. But that will be out the week of release. So that way we can get everybody's universe mode fixed, because that's what I want. I want everyone to just have a great time playing the game, and that should work out of the box. Let's see. Is GM mode online this year? No, it's not. They have said that it's something they have worked on and they are looking for it. So I'm hoping that means they're working on it for like 25. Or they're going to patch it in, but I doubt they patch it in. But they are working on it for 25, 26-ish. So, I mean, at least we know they know that we want it. So, yeah, that's something I want. I think putting Universe online, putting General Manager online would be absolutely incredible to sit there and play with your friends there instead of having to do couch co-op. Does anyone do couch co-op anymore? Comment down below if you guys are doing couch co-op, because I don't have anyone to couch co-op with. But online would make it a lot more open for anybody to play with all of their friends across the world. Let's see. I missed one here. Let me go back up. Let's see what we got for me, Luke. Sorry if you've already answered this. Since I want the deluxe edition, do you think I will be able to buy the 40 pack in the second moment? So if everything will be released for a standalone purchase, it's on a timetable. If you want the deluxe edition, you buy it later, you'll still get all the stuff with it. If you want the 40 years of WrestleMania, you can get all that later. If you buy the deluxe edition and want to upgrade and get all the stuff the 40 years has, you can do that too. It'll just be a standalone purchase. The thing with the 40-year WrestleMania, the main thing is you get all of it at once, and so then you don't have to buy it standalone later. So you're just buying everything up front. But if you want to upgrade later on, if you get the standard edition and then you're like, oh, well, I want the deluxe edition stuff, you can then upgrade to the deluxe. And then after you upgrade to the deluxe, if you want to upgrade to 40 years, you can. So it's completely up to you and your wallet how you want to get the game. You will eventually be able to buy everything that this game has to offer, whether you do it in a bundle or you just buy standalone purchases. It'll all be available for you after the game releases. Is special guest referee going to be online? Yes. It will be. Special guest referee this year is only one-on-one matches. So there will be no triple threats or fatal four-ways or anything like that. They're diving back into special guest referee. So the only thing that we will have is the ability to have one-on-one matches, which I'm just glad it's back. So we'll get one-on-one matches this year. Hopefully we get triple threat and fatal four-ways in next year's game. Kenny Bomb, how's it going, buddy? I see Kenny Bomb in the house. Everyone say hi to Kenny Bomb. We're sitting here talking 2K24 and all the stuff we do know, don't know, want to know, and how to know. Mike, I miss couch co-op. I miss couch co-op too. 8-man elimination chamber match in the game. I find this very interesting. So if you have been on my channel for a while, if you've seen any of my videos, one of my biggest gripes in 22 or in 23 was that in custom matches, you couldn't have elimination chamber matches. It was there, but you couldn't select it. So 2K heard me. I feel that 2K heard me. And this year in custom matches, you know what they did for elimination chamber? They took it out. So now you can't select it at all. So no, they didn't fix that. They just took it out of the game. So you can't even look at it anymore. So, I mean, they had to hear me on that one. They were like, nope, we're not fixing it. We're just taking it out. So you can't change it in custom matches. And the other thing that's really interesting is all the pre-build footage. We haven't seen anything on Elimination Chamber match. Drives me crazy. Will it be the same as last year? Probably. That was your question. I went on a rant there. But it will probably be the same as it was last year because we haven't seen any footage on it. There's not going to be anything big updated to it, or they would have gone ahead and showed it. Same with War Games. Like, think about this. In 23, their big thing was War Games. War Games is back. Has anyone seen any War Games footage? Because it's going to be the same. Hopefully they fix up some of the animations. But if they overhauled War Games, there would have been gameplay footage on it. So that's my thought on War Games and Elimination Chamber. We won't be able to change it in custom matches. We won't be able to do anything with it, but then last year. But hopefully, there's some little tweaks to the Elimination Chamber where it's you break the glass in the pods, or in War Games, it's still going to be 4-on-4. It's not 5-on-5 because we can't have 10 wrestlers in the ring. But hopefully, we will be able to at least enjoy it with the new tweaks to the gameplay that comes with it. So that's one thing that I am looking forward to. So the other thing is, of course, What? Cody Johnson with the super chat. Thank you so much. Use the Epic creator code BeachBytes. Yes, please. If you play any Epic games, you led me into an ad, Cody. So if you play any Epic games, if you love that Rocket League, if you love that Fortnite and you're using that John Cena character, use the creator code BeachBytes. It is free to you, helps me out a lot. You're already buying those skins. You're already, getting your Rock and your John Cena and your little turtles or whatever you play in Fortnite with. Go ahead and use the Epic creator code BeachBytes, and it just helps support the channel. So I thank you all for doing that, and thank you, Cody, for reminding me to tell people about that. Also, 2K24 is around the corner. Aren't you excited? I am so excited. So let's talk about the universe mode, the mode that I put a poll out on, and over 1,000 of you answered and said that, hey, universe mode is what we play first. And Kenny Baum, if you're in here, MyRise was second on that list of what everyone plays. So I find that interesting that was the two modes that people play the most. So we have gone over the MyRise stuff, my thoughts on it, but universe mode. If you have been around on the channel for a while, of course, we fixed everything in universe mode last year for you. It works like a dream. The rivalries, custom matches, everything in 23 works if you follow the step-by-step guide. In 24, from everything that we've seen from 24 for universe mode, if you enjoyed the 2K23 universe mode, then you are absolutely going to love the 2K24 universe mode. If you hated universe mode in 2K24, well, yeah, it's the same as 2K23. It looks better, though. I am a sucker for aesthetics. I love the way it looks. The new colors, the new screenshots. I think it's cool because as I break down, you guys play universe mode, I break universe mode so that we can fix it so you can play it. So since I have to spend hours in menus destroying this thing on purpose so we can get it fixed for you this year, I'm excited for the way it looks because I'm going to have to stare at those screens for a long time to actually get everything broken down and put together for you. So I love the way it looks. If you love the way it worked, it looks like it's going to work the same. It looks like it's a lot cleaned up, but they didn't overhaul it. And I was really expecting them to overhaul at least some of it. We did get new rivalry actions. It looks like we got about 20 new rivalries to go through. But the pay-per-view system, the calendar system, your superstar system, your championships, they didn't even add another championship to your shows. So it's all the same. So if you play the 2K23 universe mode, you are now playing the 2K23 universe mode in 2K24, but the menus are prettier and we got new superstars to play with. But overall, I was actually disappointed to where it actually goes. I was hoping that we get some upgrades, but on the flip side, they didn't upgrade the universe mode, and then they went overkill on the upgrade for general manager mode. So hopefully next year we'll say, but maybe next year we will get a brand new universe mode, or at least them tweaking it as long as it works. I just want the thing to work. But if it doesn't work, don't worry. We will make it work for you. So I'm excited to dive into it and see exactly what we can do with it. I need a blend of universe mode and general manager mode. If they combined it as one, I don't know. Hold on a second. Got to wet my whistle. So what I think is if they combined it, I don't know if it would actually work for the overall fan base, because there's so many that don't like the money management system or the other systems in general manager mode. People want the sandbox. So whereas general manager mode is goal driven, where you are here, hit this objective to make the best show possible. Universe mode is here, do whatever you want. And I don't know how the audience would actually receive if they were mixed together. If you're a diehard fan of both modes, then it's a dream come true. But if you lean towards one mode or the other, I feel you would be able to turn those options off. So if they could blend it together nicely, and let you pick and choose exactly what you want to add, when you want to add, if you want this or that on in the option menu, I think them combining it might be good. But the original general manager mode from 2006, 2007, 2008 became what we call universe mode now. And now they're going back on general manager mode. So that might be universe mode 4.0 in the next couple years games. Can't even have a PLE on Saturday. Yeah, it's the same calendar system. So they didn't change the calendar system. And if you watch the fixed universe video, there's a reason why they haven't changed the calendar. If they changed the calendar, it would break the entire game. So instead of them, they're going to have to start this mode over from scratch to actually get everything working in it. And for them to start over from scratch, that means we would be going a year without universe mode. And I'm not sure they're ready for the fallout of that. I think it will take us moving over exclusively to current gen systems for them to actually fix it all the way through. Let's see. Just like Madden, you can turn the GM features off when creating a new universe. See, I think that would work. I think you're exactly right. If you could go through and set it up the way you want and turn off things, I think that's the only way we could combine both of these modes together to make sure that everyone was happy with it. Did they change the interface for table matches? I haven't seen it changed. It works. It looks like it's going to work the same, but we haven't seen a whole lot on that yet. See, they said MyRise includes fan favorites, Cole Quinn, Chosen, Tars. What does that mean? Maybe we can unlock those MyRise characters in MyFaction. Yes, you're getting MyFaction cards. The way I read it was that you are getting MyFaction cards for those characters in MyRise. Now, I didn't say you were unlocking them in universe mode. So that's what I find interesting. It says you're getting exclusive MyFaction cards for them, but it doesn't say that you're unlocking Cole Quinn in the regular mode, which I find very interesting. It's like, why won't you just let us unlock everything for every mode? But it will be there. We're just going to have to wait and see. Is Crown Jewel in the game? I don't understand why Crown Jewel's not in the game. It hasn't been in the game. Well, it's been around since 1819, and we still have never got the actual Crown Jewel arena. I don't know if it has to do with the marketing for Crown Jewel or if they can't use those rights for Crown Jewel, but there's nothing for it in this year's game either that I've seen. Wolf mode, you can switch in real time between superstar mode, general manager mode would be cool. I agree. Yeah, that would be a cool way too. If you could just flip it, that would be kind of cool. I think there's several things they can do to extend the life of these modes. It's just whether they will actually do it. And they're slowly trickling stuff out. So it's like each mode each year is getting better and better, which excites me that we're going that far into it and we're getting more and more modes looking cleaner. So I think at least it's taking a step in the right direction with the roster, with the modes working up. A little disappointed with general manager mode or universe mode not getting the overhaul that we all wanted, but the fact that it's still there and should still work is great. Let's see. I wish they would include back catalogs of music, the ones they have the right. Yeah, that'd be nice. I don't understand why we don't have all the music from the wrestlers that they do have the rights for. I get that we're not going to get some of them, of course, and they took all of the games off of the digital stores because the rights ran out for the music that was in the game. But for so many of the wrestlers, they produce their own music now. With a lot of the wrestlers, I don't see why we couldn't get multiple options for that. I would assume, let's see, the Undertakers, I would assume it's going to be you got to pay again. because that's the one they own. That's what the previous question was. We were just talking about. They own that song. So I would assume it's that one. I don't think they're paying Kid Rock to use, but they are using it on TV now. So they might, but I think they would use that. And, Limp Bizkit's not in the game. And so we're definitely not getting Rolling. So what, 19 was the last year that had Rolling in the game. And I was surprised we got it back then when it came in. So I think that's pretty cool. Let's see. Did I miss a question? Well, I think we are getting caught up. Let's see, just a second. They move so fast. Thank you all for being here. I enjoy we're talking wrestling and it's great. So showcase mode. Let's talk about showcase mode. Let's see. Oh, one more before we switch over to showcase mode. Do you see double titles in this mode this year? They're able to have one more championship divisions to complete for one title. Has this been a thing in past titles of 2K games? Like read that way too fast. Let's see. Has been a thing in past. No, the divisions are the exact same from 23 universe mode. So if the way the divisions worked in 22 and 23 is how they're going to work in 24. In the older games, you could select, what was it, 18, 19, you could select to turn a division on, or no, 19 added the divisions. 18, 17, 16 added where you could go ahead and turn, I want him available for the tag belts, but not the US title, or world title and not the tag titles. You could do that. They haven't gone back to that way. It is working the exact same way it did to go with the original 22-23 strategy. They're just, that looks like the plan in place that they're going with now, is that it will be 22, 23, and 24 all have the same setups. So showcase mode is what they're billing everything on. Are you guys, let me know in the chat, are you guys excited for showcase mode? Is this something that you're going to jump in and play? Are you excited about these old wrestlers that are in here? I love the Legends roster. I'm excited that we got Ricky the Dragon Steamboat back. Oh, I was a big Steamboat guy. So having him back in the game, and of course, new versions of Ultimate Warrior and some new Randy Savage versions. I'm excited for these guys playing through the showcase. I'm excited to see how they build this all together and tell us a story. And what are the final 3 matches going to be? We'll find out on release, of course. And so I think that showcase mode is it's a one playthrough thing, though. If you go through showcase mode, you're going to sit there and you're going to enjoy the story they're telling you. Hopefully we can get all the unlocks for showcase mode in one playthrough and not have to play the match multiple times. There was a couple matches last year that gave me problems trying to get the unlocks. I think it was the Undertaker match. It's like I would finish all but like one objective and wouldn't be able to. I had to go back a couple times to get all of them. I hope that it's more streamlined where we can just go from point A, B, C, and D and get all the unlocks in one shot. So definitely going to jump into showcase mode and knock that out. Let's see. Wait, what does it say? It went too fast. Is the Rock and Roll Express in custom tag team mode? I think it's still there. I think I remember seeing it. The YouTube channel, the 101, if you'll look that up, he went ahead and put up all the custom entrances, all your selection of your custom entrances, all the new entrances, and for tags and singles. He didn't go through every screen, but he did do a nice job of capturing all the new victory motions and all of them. You'll have to sit there and pause the video because he goes through it really fast. So you'll have to pause the video and see what you're looking for. I think I did see it. But I know I saw the Von Erichs is still there. And I think I saw the Rock and Roll, but I don't remember exactly. Love the wrestlers, but not excited the mode. Just grind it out. Doesn't it? It feels like a grind, doesn't it? you skip the cutscenes. You can't skip. That's the whole point we play. You got to have that slingshot technology and go through and watch the old cutscenes so you can watch matches you've never seen before or watch the matches you have seen before. You got to go through that. Oh, another one. So we don't like slingshot tech. See, I didn't, and now I do. I don't know. Most of this year is incredible. Excited for the Dudley Boys. Where the Hardy Boys include. I wish we never get a game where we get Edge and Christian, the Hardy Boys, and the Dudleys at the same time. Drives me crazy. We'll always get Edge and Christian for a while, and then we didn't have the Hardys. Then we had the Hardys, but no Edge and Christian. And then we get the Dudleys, but no. It's like once. I would love to have all three teams in the game at the same time, but this year it is Dudley year. So the Rollins Randy match, you're excited to play that one? I think that will be cool. I hope they change the animation on it so that we don't get that RKO reverse for every superstar. I hope they went ahead and locked it back to just Seth Rollins, because I mean, he makes it look cool. I'm excited to see how they do that this year. So the slingshot tech is back in showcase mode. I was not a fan of it for the longest time. I did not like it in 22 and 20 and 23. I didn't like it. From all the footage I've seen, is it looks a lot smoother this year. So, and the parts that they picked to do the slingshot tech in is interesting to me. So I was not a fan of slingshot. I am now. I'm not saying I am a fan now, but I'm interested in this year. And if this year doesn't grab me of, oh, the slingshot tech is the be all end all way to go, then I'll give up on it. But so far from all the footage I've seen, the slingshot tech excites me in this year's game. Let's see. Slingshot tech excites me. I'm just curious how harder the extreme mode will be versus legend. I don't know. I wonder how, like, because we have the slider option. So, I mean, we've been able to change stuff. I wonder what their threshold is for legend versus hard mode versus, because it just seems like they kick out a little bit more and you have a little bit less health. I'm not sure exactly how how that works exactly, how they're grading where we go from easy, medium, hard, extreme, all of that. I preferred last gen when they let the cutscene. See, I did too. I enjoyed it for the longest time. And then when I understand what they're doing with slingshot tech. And then this year, I think it looks great. I'm excited to see what's the slingshot tech. The slingshot tech is when it cuts from a real scene to your in-game scene. So you're going from your in-game scene, you get Irish whipped in the corner, and then it immediately snaps to real footage from that event. You see that real advantage from the event, and then it immediately switches back to gameplay footage, and then you're playing the game again. It had such a stutter in 22 of it takes about 4 to 5 seconds for it to flip over. In the footage I've seen, it takes about 1.5 seconds for it to flip this year, which is an increase of speed. So if it stays seamless like that through the whole showcase mode, then I think it will actually be really fun, because you'll never know, oh, wait, am I going back to the game or am I watching a cutscene? Do I have time to get a drink, or am I, are they 5-second cutscenes or are they 2-minute cutscenes? So we'll just have to wait and see. Let's see. Yeah, so we're divided here on half of you like the in-game stuff and half of you like the slingshot tech. See, I'm in the middle where it's like I didn't like it, and then this year I think I'm gonna like it. So we're gonna find out. We'll play it, and then I'll report back to you whether I liked it or not. And we might just want cutscenes again, but I'm interested to see where they go from here. I'm really looking forward to everything in the game, considering now the fact that my factions are unlockable. Trying to do things in my faction, trying to make it 2000. I like it. Yeah, see, I'm really interested to see when we get full my faction what all we're getting, because we know we're getting 90%. We're getting an upgrade, but how big of an upgrade is it going to be? Let's see. I checked the 101. It's still there. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, he put all of them up. So, yeah. Okay, so that's still in the game. I missed. Missed the question. Do you think what's the status will make managers? Oh, I do. If he's able to, I think that status is going to have a field day this year, making everybody playable and adding hair and beards and everything, just like he did last year. It looks like the same file system. So they're using the same strategy for 23 that they did for 24. So as long as he's not locked out, he will be able to mod the creations just like he did in 23. Wish they could add more creation slots this year. I do too. Like, I am tired of the 1,000 logo limit and the 1,000 or the 100 wrestlers, but I never got up to 100 wrestlers. I tapped out in 23. I had about 50, and most of them were recreations of, you know, older superstars or the updated attires. The updated attires I got a lot of because I wanted the game up to date. If you go back and look like at Asuka, and you see what the game launched with Asuka, and then by the time 23 ended, and we're in 24, what Asuka looks like, it's insane that that character evolved that much. Same way with Karrion Kross, as we were talking about earlier. From when the game came out, he looked like that compared to how he looks on television now, just a year later. So I love getting the ultimate attires as much as possible. Let's see. The system upgrades make it 10 times better for myself. Just wish stars were more affordable. Can't really fill the full division. I don't know. See, we don't know how much money we're going to make. I saw that too. And I was like, okay, well, they lowered the cap. It went from 37 to 35 if you max out your cap when you're starting. So we don't know exactly how much money we're going to make from general manager mode either. So they might have adjusted that too for, you know, inflation. So I'm hopeful that we'll be able to afford everybody that's going on in the game. Let's see. I'm looking forward to playing Showcase. I mean, the Showcase in MyRise is what I look forward to the most, and I like MyFaction now that they're unlockable. Yes, I hope everybody's unlockable in MyFaction. I'm more excited about it than I was last year. Last year was I never made enough coins to buy packs, and I never cared about the matches enough to keep grinding because it just wasn't fun. In 22, I grinded the 500 faction wars. You can go look back at that's an old video. Go look as I unlocked the Undertaker for WWE 2K24, win the 500 matches or whatever it was to unlock that card. Took me like 8 hours. Made a video on it. Very excited about it. And then they shut the servers off. So that video is the only proof that I have that I did anything in 22 because the servers are gone. That's my problem with MyFaction, is that all this stuff looks great, but if I can't unlock it over to the main game and use it once the servers go down, then it's gone. And so then I spent all that time and all that effort for the servers to go down the next year when 25 comes out, and that'll be it. So that's always been my gripe. So if you can go ahead and unlock stuff and keep it to your save file so that you can have all that stuff you unlocked and use in other modes, I think it's a win for everybody. Why do I think that he never got a showcase for Shawn Michaels? I don't know. I think that, well, we haven't been in the showcase era that long. So I think that you would think one is coming, but you can't do a showcase without Jannetty if you're going to go all the way back. Or you could just do it as his return when he returned. We did get a little bit between him and Triple H in 15. They went back and did a couple of his return stuff. But I think a proper showcase would be awesome. Will we have DX Evolution My Time themes? I really hope so. The fact that DX's theme was there but wasn't there, and you had to unlock it and go through a workaround for it, drove me crazy. The fact that we got the Evolution entrance and we got the logos for it, and it was a big deal in MyRise last year, and the fact that we didn't get the stuff, it drove me nuts. So it's like you own the rights to this music, you own, you're using part of it, not all of it. So I really hope this year that we get all of it. Let's see. So do you believe the commentary team are back in 24 showcase mode like they had back in 19? Generic music playing in the background. Everything I've seen for showcase is still the music in the background. It will be broken up with Corey Graves is telling the story this year for showcase. So kind of like they did with 23, where Cena would cut in and tell you about the match and what was going on. This year, it is on Corey Graves to do that. So Corey Graves is going match by match and telling you about it. But then when it comes to the objectives and playing the actual match, it is the background music that was in 22 and 23. So hopefully it's a little bit better. But so far, it's just showcase music. I hope that one day we'll get back to commentary teams, but right now it doesn't look like it. It's like, so it will be straight up just the background music. Let's see. You are welcome. I'm glad that I hope that answered your question. Let's see. The AI system in MyFaction mode is kind of tired. Collect all these cards. Yes, I hope they do it better this year. And just don't make it as grindy. I'm fine if you want me to play. Like, we know the weekly thing will be back, where every week you go in and here's a set of 5 matches to unlock, you know, your card or whatever. That's fine. But can we just have some one-on-one matches? Do we need like everyone's like a ladder match or a TLC match? Can't we just have some one-on-one matches to play and go through? I hope they balance it better. We'll have to wait and see. But the weekly challenges will make a return. Do you think that you will have to figure out a fixed universe mode again? Yes, I did. Yes, I do. Wait, I did? I do? Are we in the past tense, future tense? I don't know. But what I do know is the WWE 2K24 universe mode, there will be, within a week of release, there will be a video on my channel of how to fix universe mode. That's one of the first things I'm doing, is ripping that mode to shreds so you don't have to, and we can get early ahead of it this year. It took me a couple months last year to get that one out, so there was a lot of frustrated players. This year, I want that I want it out as soon as possible. So I want it out on release or the weekend of release. But I still actually, you know, need the 20 hours to go by to play it to make sure that I got all the bugs worked out of it. So 20 hours after release or whatever, we will have a how to fix 24 universe mode. Hopefully, it won't be as bad as it was going from 23, but there will be some fixes that will have to do it. So make sure you're subscribed and hit that like button if you while you're down there subscribing, so you don't miss out on anything. Let's see. So universe mode will be fun. I think it won't have all of the stuff that we wanted in last year, or you know, we want to fix in last year's game. Not all of it is fixed, but a lot of it will be fixed. So I'm excited about that. I think that as we go on, universe mode just has to get better. GM mode excites me. I love the new changes. I love everything that they've added to this year's game. I think it's going to be fun. I spent most of my time in general manager mode when I wasn't, you know, playing the game. It was all general manager mode that I spent my time in, because it was just kind of relaxing to sit there and set up matches and stuff. It looks a lot more fun and entertaining this year than it did last year. I just subscribed. Thank you, John. How are you doing today? We are talking all things WWE 2K24. And so with general manager mode, I'm excited about it. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are excited about it. MyRise, 2 stories, 2 brand new stories that looked far fleshed out. If you played MyRise before, it is the same system that you're going through backstage, going through your phone, going through. So you're not missing out. If you play the 22, 23 MyRise, you will know exactly how to play the 24 MyRise. There is over 80 unlockables in the showcase mode. We do not spam chat. That was your warning. Do not spam. I can see you. Like, hi, I see you. So, are there tired finishers in pins? Yes. Yes, there are. There are tired finishers. There are tired pins. I haven't seen a complete video yet, and I've looked through so much footage of exactly how fluid it is, but I have seen plenty of videos of to confirm that yes, tired finishers are in and tired pins are in. We don't know the stipulations yet, 100% of what exactly we need to do to get it to trigger, if it automatically triggers, or if it's a random trigger, or if your stamina has to hit like 5% for it to trigger. I've been trying to look over and scrubbing through different videos. We'll find out on release, and then we'll have a video how to make sure you, because that's one thing I love. So I'm definitely going to do already got the title for it, how to trigger tired finishers 100% of the time. And it's like, we'll go through and we'll break it down and we'll see exactly what the qualifications are to make sure you always get them. Because that's always something I've enjoyed. I don't know. Maybe I like them a little too much, but I think it will be fun. So showcase mode, one-time playthrough, get all your unlocks. Over 80 unlocks in this year's game, just alone in MyRise. We will have a video for every one of them, so make sure you're subscribed, so we will have the complete walkthrough for you. The general manager mode looks fun. Universe mode looks fun. Probably needs some tweaking and fixing, and we'll go ahead and fix it. And no, I think I banned the wrong guy. Hold on. We got to ban a guy, because that's annoying. If I accidentally banned you, because that was going so fast, I banned the guy on purpose I was trying to ban, but I think I accidentally clicked and banned somebody. So if I accidentally banned you, please send me a message in the comments and I will unban you, because that was a complete accident. So for whoever I accidentally banned, I am sincerely sorry and I will fix it. So, but for the guy I did ban, don't do that or you get banned. See, that's what happens. So back to our questions. Any new creative championship templates? I haven't seen a video one. I looked everywhere for someone going through creative championship and haven't seen it. I would assume that we might get one, because the last couple years we've gotten at least one, and there are new championships in this year's game. So I'm assuming we get one, but I actually haven't seen it in the game. So I hope that we do get one. Let's see. Remember video, and all right, caught up on everybody's comments. All right, any questions or anything that I missed, please comment down below. Why won't you stop? It's not funny. There we go. Again, if I accidentally banned you, I apologize. We will fix it. Are there neon entrances in like there were in the 90s in the game? I'm not sure. I know that they have gone ahead and added some new entrances to the game, or some of the new lighting. Like even last year in 23, they added strobe lights to the game, but I'm not sure if they went ahead and added the lights that you're talking about. It'd be cool though. It's like, we'll have to wait and see. And we are getting closer and closer, and I am very excited about it. We're going to go ahead and let's see. We're going to have a MyFaction video coming out, and then we are preparing for the release of 2K24. Steelerman, what time do you place? The release is at 12 a.m. Monday night, depending on your time zone. So Monday Night Raw, we're going to sit down, we're going to get our popcorn, and we're going to watch some Monday Night Raw. And then after Monday Night Raw, we're going to get things set up, and we're going to play the game starting at midnight, and we're going to stay up for 72 hours straight on Tuesday. We're just going to stay up, we're going to play, and we're going to do a lot of stuff, and it's going to be fun. and we're excited about it. Let me know in the comments, are you getting the regular edition? Are you waiting till Friday? Or are you getting the super editions and getting the early release? If you got the deluxe and the 40 years, you can play on Tuesday. If you are getting the standard edition, you can play on Friday. So I am very excited about it. Go live for 72 hours. I don't think like on YouTube, you can't do a 72-hour stream. It only lets you do 12 hours and then you have to go off. I looked into it and I'm being ambitious. I somewhere I got to take like a 2-hour nap, but I might do a stream. I know that we're going to try to make sure that we have a lot of content coming your way. So if you bought the 40 years of WrestleMania Anniversary Edition, you can play Tuesday night or Tuesday morning. You can, if you bought the standard, you can play Thursday morning. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'd like to thank everyone for joining me today. Thank you for your subscriptions, your super chats. If you can't hit that like button for me, send it out so more people can see it. And if you haven't already, subscribed, because we're going to have a lot of stuff coming. And the problem that we're going to have is we're going to be putting out so many videos next week that you're not going to get notifications for all the videos, because YouTube only allows me to send out a couple notifications a day. So make sure you have the bells checked. You will get some of them, but you won't get all of them. So you want to make sure you come back to the channel and make sure that you didn't miss out on a video. Because, wow, next week there is going to be a lot of videos. We're going to have unlockables, how to fix the universe. We're going to have walkthroughs, and did you know this wasn't in the game? And then we'll have the review go live on Friday, because we've got to play it to review it. And it's going to be absolutely a fun time. Thank all of you for joining me today. We are going to take a break for all my regular guys that are in here. I'm going to release a MyFaction video when it comes out. If they drop it tomorrow or they drop it Saturday, whenever they drop it, you will get a MyFaction video. Then there won't be any new videos Sunday or Monday, because then I'm saving up. I got to sleep now so we can get to the game for you. So this weekend will be slow on the channel, with the exception of whenever they drop MyFaction content. So I thank you all for being here, being with me. We will have a awesome time as this year goes on. I'm excited. It's getting started. Next week is the time for the game, and we're just going to play wrestling all the time. We're just going to play wrestling, and it's going to be great. We're going to stream it. We'll be back live next Thursday to talk about how we enjoyed the first couple days with WWE 2K24, and we'll get into some match types because we'll actually have it in our hands. It's going to be awesome. Remember, make life your beach, and we'll see you on the next video.